All right, so this is my GSX-S1000. This is a year 2016. A few months ago, I made a video about a few changes that I was gonna make to the bike, because I have been pretty much making this bike my drag bike, and I know this is an odd choice for a drag racing bike, but I am actually racing with what I have, and I think it's been proven to have potential. So I just want to continue in the quest of making it better and better, little by little, and I'm actually enjoying it a lot. So I'm gonna make a different video to talk about the different things that I've done to this bike to make it more drag racing ready, if I can call it like that. But today's video is all about the long-term review of the HealTech QuickShifter. So I've been using the QuickShifter for about 3 years now, and it's been phenomenal. So I haven't had any issues. So I wanted to put together this video and put it out there just because I think there's value in people knowing whether or not this is a good purchase. And for me, it's been a great purchase. So in 3 years, if I can show what the system is all about, pretty much it comes with a sensor where I have an original video when I actually went through all the components, but pretty much a sensor that will sense when you are applying pressure to your shifter. And then there's a module inside that controls the system and allows you to connect via Bluetooth to the system, so you can see all the different settings. And then you have your cables going to your spark plug, so it's cutting ignition when the sensor is feeling pressure on the shifter. So I guess very important note, this is a standalone quick shifter, which means we do not need a power commander, which I do have, but you do not need a power commander in order to control the ignition, the cutting, the times, no, none of that. This is a standalone unit, so you just buy the unit and the unit will come with everything you need in order to get the quick shifter working. And good thing about it is, if you don't feel comfortable, and I'm gonna go back to the bike, if you don't feel comfortable with having to cut your rod, which that was not the case for me, it was more simplicity, and I wanted to look for a standalone unit because at the time when I bought it, I didn't have any plans on like buying any power commander. So eventually I did, but the good thing about it is you can retain your original like length on the shifter, so you don't have to mess with it. You just have to take out the bolt that keeps the shifter in place, and then you put your sensor. And then when you go through the instructions, there's like plenty of places where you can put the sensor in. So you can put it in here, you can put it in here, you can put it here, you can put it here, depending, it doesn't matter. There's a huge benefit, which I think I also talked about in the previous video, where you can actually use the shifter as a quick shifter and as well as a blipper, so auto blipper. So you can actually upshift by doing like normal quick shifting, by just applying pressure, wide open throttle without applying any clutch. And you can also do it so you are downshifting without applying any clutch, which you can go back to the other video and take a look at it. So cool things so first of all, QuickShifter has been great. So I love it. It's been 3 years, super reliable. I only messed up with him with the settings at some point. I want to say maybe in the few times that I used it. But after that, I felt like I had my cutting times like pretty spot on for even drag racing or commuting. So I've never actually looked at the app again. But I might put a couple screenshots of how the app looks like, and I'll share my settings with you. That doesn't mean those are gonna be the same settings you're gonna be using, but at least we'll give you a pretty good idea of what am I using, so maybe you can use it as a starting point, and then you can fine tune from that point on. So I hope that you enjoyed the video. Idea is just to show people how this works, and also I value when people put out videos out about long-term reviews, because you can, one thing is just to buy it and been using for a couple months and then realize that the product was not worth it. But in this case, I feel super happy about it. And I feel like it was worth the purchase. I paid maybe about 300 and like 20 US dollars for it, and I thought it was a great purchase. After 3 years, unit's still pretty solid, no issues whatsoever. So I feel like it was a great addition to the bike. So feel free to buy it if the things that I mentioned today tick all the boxes. I think this is just a great purchase. If you like the video, just like it, and if you have any questions about my settings or any questions in general, I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. So just drop a comment. Thank you.